My name is Sam, and I am here to share a story. This story is about a boy named David who lived in a small town in the United States. David was not like other boys. He didn't have many toys, and he didn't wear fancy clothes. His family was very poor, but David was strong inside. He always had a smile on his face and worked very hard. His story is one of struggle, but it is also full of hope, dreams, and lessons that can help anyone learning English or trying to improve their life. David lived in a small, old house. The paint was peeling, and the roof leaked when it rained. The house had just 2 small bedrooms. He shared one room with his little sister Emily. Emily was very sweet, and David loved her more than anything. They didn't have much, but they had each other. Every morning, David would wake up early to help his mother. His mother worked 2 jobs, and she was always tired. David didn't mind helping. He would clean the house, wash the dishes, and make sure Emily was ready for school. He knew that if he didn't help, his mother would be even more tired. David, his mother, would say with a tired smile, "Thank you for being such a good boy. I don't know what I would do without you." David would smile back and say, "It's okay, Mom. We're going to be okay one day." David's father wasn't around much. He had left the family when David was only 5 years old. David didn't remember much about him, but he knew it made his mother sad. Sometimes he would see her looking at old pictures and wiping away a tear. David wished he could make everything better for her, but he didn't know how. All he knew was that he had to keep working hard. At school, David was very quiet. He didn't have many friends because he was shy and didn't have the nice clothes or gadgets that other kids had. But there was one girl, Jessica, who always smiled at him. Jessica was kind and smart. She didn't care that David didn't have nice clothes. She liked him because he was always honest and kind. "Hey, David," Jessica would say with a big smile. "How are you today?" David would smile back, feeling a little nervous. "I'm good. How are you?" "I'm great," Jessica would say. And then they would talk for a little while before class started. It was these small moments that made David's day brighter. David was very good at school, especially in reading and writing. He loved to read stories about brave heroes and exciting adventures. His favorite book was about a boy who became a knight. David dreamed that one day he would have his own adventure, and maybe, just maybe, he could make his family's life better. One day after school, David walked home with Jessica. They talked about their dreams. "I want to be a doctor," Jessica said, her eyes shining. "I want to help people, especially kids who are sick." "That's really cool," David said. "I want to do something big too. I don't know what yet, but I want to help my mom. She works so hard, and I want to make things easier for her. Jessica smiled. I know you will, David. You're one of the smartest and kindest people I know. You'll figure it out. David smiled back, feeling a warmth inside. Jessica believed in him, and that meant the world to him. At night, when everyone was asleep, David would sit by the window and look at the stars. He would think about all the things he wanted to do. He wanted to travel, to see new places, and to help his mother and sister live a better life. He would close his eyes and dream of a brighter future. But life wasn't easy for David. There were days when he was very tired and days when he felt sad. Sometimes other kids would make fun of him for not having new shoes or a phone. It hurt David, but he tried not to let it show. He knew that being kind was more important than having nice things. One day, something happened that changed David's life. His school was having a big writing competition. The winner would get a scholarship to a special summer camp for talented kids. David didn't think he could win, but Jessica encouraged him to try. You have to enter, Jessica said excitedly. You're such a good writer. I know you can do it. David wasn't so sure, but he decided to give it a try. He wrote a story about a boy who grew up in a small town, just like him. The boy didn't have much, but he was brave, and he never gave up on his dreams. The story was full of hope, and it came straight from David's heart. When he finished, he showed it to Jessica. This is amazing, Jessica said after reading it. I love it. You're going to win. I just know it. David smiled, but he still felt nervous. What if he didn't win? What if his story wasn't good enough? But deep down, he knew he had to try. So, he submitted his story and waited. Weeks passed, and David almost forgot about the competition. He was busy with school, helping his mother, and taking care of Emily. But one day, the principal called David into his office. David, the principal said with a kind smile, I have some wonderful news. You won the writing competition. Your story was beautiful, and the judges loved it. David couldn't believe it. He had won. He felt a wave of happiness wash over him. You're going to the summer camp, the principal continued. This is a big opportunity for you, David. I'm so proud of you. David thanked the principal and ran home to tell his mother. When he walked through the door, his mother was sitting at the kitchen table, looking tired as usual. Mom, David shouted, his face glowing with excitement. I won the writing competition. I'm going to summer camp. His mother's eyes filled with tears of joy. David, I'm so proud of you, she said, hugging him tightly. You've worked so hard, and now you're going to have an amazing opportunity." David felt like he was walking on air. He couldn't wait to go to camp and learn more about writing. He knew this was his chance to change his life and help his family. The summer camp was amazing. David met other kids who loved writing, just like him. They shared stories, learned from great teachers, and had fun exploring new ideas. David felt like he had finally found his place. He wasn't the poor boy who didn't have much. He was a talented writer, and he had a bright future ahead of him. When camp was over, David returned home with a new sense of purpose. He was more determined than ever to work hard and help his family. He continued to write every day, and his stories got better and better. He started entering more competitions, and soon, people began to notice his talent. Years passed, and David's hard work paid off. He won a scholarship to a great college where he studied writing and literature. He never forgot where he came from, though. He still helped his mother and took care of Emily. He wrote letters to Jessica, who had become a doctor just like she had dreamed. David's life wasn't always easy, but he never gave up. He believed in himself, and he worked hard to achieve his dreams. His story is a reminder that no matter how hard life gets, there is always hope. If you work hard, stay kind, and believe in yourself, you can achieve great things. For anyone learning English or trying to improve their life, remember David's story. Practice every day, just like David practiced his writing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because that's how you learn. Find people who believe in you, like Jessica believed in David. And most importantly, never give up on your dreams. David's journey wasn't just about winning competitions or going to college. It was about finding his strength, believing in his abilities, and working hard to overcome the challenges he faced. And in the end, that's what made him successful. The struggles he faced as a poor boy didn't define him. What defined him was his courage, his kindness, and his never-ending desire to make things better for the people he loved. This is the story of David, but it could also be your story. No matter where you come from or what challenges you face, you can achieve great things if you believe in yourself and work hard. So, as you continue your journey to learn English or reach any other goal, remember this: every small step you take brings you closer to success. Whether it's writing a sentence, reading a new book, or learning a new word, you are making progress. Stay patient, stay focused, and never stop believing in yourself. Just like David, you have the power to create your own story, and it can be as beautiful and inspiring as you want it to be.